In this video, we're going to take you through Nutmeg, the online investment management service. For more information on Nutmeg, please check out everybethelps.io. And we're going to take you through a full beginner's guide, showing you how to create an account, assess your risk, create an investment pot, choose a management style, amend your ISA allowance, secure your account, and how to withdraw. And there'll be a timeline in the summary below for those of you that just want to jump to specific parts of this tutorial. First up, a little bit about Nutmeg. So Nutmeg was founded in 2011, and it's since emerged as one of the fastest growing online wealth managers in recent years. With over £3 million in assets under management and a client base of over 185,000 users, the company's multi-account offering targets investors without the time or knowledge for DIY stock selection. Nutmeg was acquired by JP Morgan as part of a £700 million deal, and the company has since undergone a significant rebrand with the new products, features and a redesign. There are several accounts that you can choose from, which we're going to take a look through the walkthrough, and they include a general investment account, which is a simple way to invest if you've used up your annual ISA allowance, or simply wish to invest outside of a tax wrapper. There's investment ISAs, which enable tax-free returns of up to £20,000 per year. Junior ISAs, for investing in your children's future with tax-free savings up to £9,000 per year. Or if you're looking to supercharge your pension, Nutmeg offers a personal pension service to help you track, manage and consolidate your retirement funds. And you can choose from a range of account styles, including their fully managed portfolios, fixed allocation, socially responsible investing, and the Nutmeg Smart Alpha option. And within these, there's a range of different risk levels, which are determined based on your investment goals that you can choose as part of the onboarding process. So let's jump in and take a look. With Nutmeg, you can either use their web platform or mobile app. But for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to show you everything on the web app. So for those of you that are brand new to Nutmeg, it's worth mentioning that new clients can earn Avios points when they sign up. So you can take advantage of British Airways flights, upgrades, hotel stays, car hires, etc. Now you may find that Nutmeg's sign-up process is a little bit more complex than some of their competitors. But you'll first start by entering in your email address and creating a strong secure password, which will need to fit their requirements listed below. Then you'll need to tell them a little bit about yourself, entering in your personal details such as your name and address. Then enter in your national insurance number or tax identifier. And just note that in terms of accounts, that unfortunately if you're not a UK resident, you won't be able to open a Nutmeg account or use their services. Then you'll need to put in your nationality and then finally your bank details. But don't worry, by entering these you won't be charged anything. It's just going to help verify your identity and for processing withdrawals. You'll then be prompted to read through and accept their terms and conditions, and they've also highlighted some of the key points here too. Next, you'll be asked some questions to allocate you a suitable risk level for your portfolio, and this can be adjusted manually later if you'd prefer. It'll take you through your investing experience, and then a series of questions, after which a risk profile will then be created for you, with an overall risk tolerance, concern and volatility, and you can retake it if you wish, or agree that it looks good. Once you've completed your personal details and risk assessment, you can go ahead and create an investment pot for your money, and this is where your tailored portfolio will be built for you. From here you can choose your product type, and this is where you can choose from either stocks and shares ISA for tax-free returns, general investment which is flexible, easy to use and is not held in ISA or pensions. There's a personal pension with an instant 25% government top-up on regular personal net contributions, and all these have a minimum investment of £500. Then there's also a junior ISA for investing into your child's future, and that has a £100 minimum investment. If you do need some help deciding, they also bring up a little guide which is helpful to have. For the moment, I'll choose stocks and shares ISA, and I'll also show you through creating a general investment shortly too. As you can see with the stocks and shares ISA, you can pay in up to £20,000 this tax year, and there's no setup or exit fees, although there will be other fees which we're going to look at in a moment. And you can withdraw at any time, and there's a minimum of £500 for investments. You'll then be asked some questions in relation to your investments, like what you're saving for, whether or not it just be investing, a rainy day, retirement, or a new home. You can then name the pot whatever you like. Enter in a target amount, and this is optional. Then choose a timeline of how long you want to invest for in terms of years. Then how much you want to start with in terms of contributing, and just be aware that with the Stocks and Shares ISA, as we saw before, this is £500. You can also make monthly contributions from your bank too. Next is your choice of investment style. From fully managed with an experienced team who design and watch over your investments, protecting against losses and boosting your returns. And it will show you the Nutmeg fees in here. There's Smart Alpha powered by JP Morgan, which is a diversified portfolio of ETFs aligned with your risk preference and goals. Socially responsible, with a focus on the environment and society. And then finally fixed allocations, which are assets that don't have intervention and are at a lower cost, and these rebalance to stay in line with your chosen risk level, where as you can see the fees are low. For the moment I'm going to choose fully managed. And a risk and reward balance will then be set, which you can manually edit if you wish, or you can choose to continue. You'll then see your pot summary, letting you know all of the information for this pot, including your contribution, the timeline, styles and risks, etc. Let's continue, and you'll then see the projection of your pot. And it will show you the projected value, high and low projection, and the dates which you can view over time. In the graph you can see where the values are more or less likely and your contributions. Then you'll see all the costs and charges that apply after 12 months, and then 25 years. At the top of the screen, you can also take a look at how your portfolio is split and the historical performance. Next, we can take a look at a review of our pot, where you can review the potential outcomes for this investment after 3 and 25 years. You'll then need to accept that you have sufficient emergency funds after making these contributions. And again, you'll be shown the costs over the next 12 months. The next part is all about how you're going to be funding your ISA, whether or not that be opening a new one or transferring from an existing. Just be aware that in 2022 to 23 tax year, your ISA allowance is £20,000, and you can create as many pots as you like. If you want to find out more about ISAs and your allowances, then check out our post on our website everybithelps.io. Here is where you can set up your own ISA limit, and this is really helpful if you already have an ISA elsewhere that you intend to keep. I'll show you how to edit this as well later if you do skip this part by mistake. Then the methods that you can select from for depositing, and you can pay in with a debit card by simply entering in the details in this section. Or you can choose bank transfer, which is the fastest way to pay into your account, and you can do this by entering the amount and selecting your bank from the drop-down, and you'll automatically be redirected to your bank for payment. Or you can make payment via ISA transfer. Once you've paid in your money, it will then be invested in their next trading cycle, and your graph will appear on your dashboard after 3 days. Nutmeg typically invests twice a week, as this allows them to buy and sell everyone's investments at the same time, meaning that they can buy matchers and sellers internally and keep costs as low as possible. And after they've completed their trades, you'll generally see your new investments reflected at the close of that business day. If you make changes to some of the aspects of the risk level, investment style, or if you're withdrawing, which I'll show you shortly, or transferring between pots, these will be picked up at any time during the London Stock Exchange opening hours, which are between 8 AM and 4:30. And you can view your ISA information here. When we click onto the 3 dots, it then lets you drill down further information for your pot, such as the allocation, projection, you can manage your settings, contributions, withdraw and close your pot, etc. Now I already have an ISA, so I'm not going to contribute to this as I will go over my allowance. So I'm going to close my pot as I've not actually added any funds into here. If like me you do already have an ISA on another platform and you want to invest funds with Nutmeg but ensure that no funds are contributed to an ISA in this tax year, and you didn't already edit this at the beginning, head over to the ISA information on the right hand side of the screen. Then select View Allowance. You can then choose to edit your 2022 to 23 tax year allowance and change the amount to how much allowance you've got left. I've actually used up all of my allowance for this year, so I'm going to set this to 0. And this will essentially ensure that no funds are contributed to an ISA in this tax year. And you can see that my remaining ISA allowance is now set to 0. So let's take a look at making a general investment now. So I'm going to choose to create an investment pot. Then we'll need to go through the same set of queries as previously. And this time I'm going to choose the fixed allocation for a lower cost. Again, my risk level has been set for me, and I can view my projections over time now here, showing the projected value, high and low projections based on my contribution. Now if I choose portfolio, you can see how my funds are going to be allocated, and it shows these as a percentage. It also shows a list of investments so that you know exactly where your money is going. Plus in here is where you can check out a historical overview and returns of a comparable portfolio over the past 23 years. You'll then need to review your pot, and again you have your options to pay in with card, bank transfer, ISA transfer or pot transfer. Now once you have deposited your funds into any type of investment platform like Nutmeg, it's recommended to secure your account, which you can reach under your profile and settings. And in here is where you can add 2-step or 2-factor authentication to your account, so that every time that you log in, you're going to be prompted with a one-time code on your mobile, just to prove that it's you that's actually logging in. They do also use security questions to help verify your identity, and ensure that you are the only person who can access or make changes to your account. And you'll need to add 2 security questions to complete your setup. Now, if you've reached your investment goals, and you want to withdraw from Nutmeg, this is what I'm going to show you next. And this can only be done from the web platform. Unfortunately, you can't do this from the Nutmeg mobile app. To withdraw, go to the Payments section in the menu on the left-hand side of the dashboard and choose to withdraw. Alternatively, to withdraw from a specific pot, click onto the 3 dots, then Withdraw. Then you'll need to follow the steps shown on screen, explaining where you would like to withdraw from, i.e. the pot, why, the details. You'll see the impact of this, and then finally you can review the withdrawals before proceeding. Then Nutmeg will then sell your investments at their next twice-weekly investment cycle, and this can take between 3 and 7 business days, but it can in some instances be a little bit longer. So just note that the value of your investments could potentially change during this period. If you're withdrawing from an ISA, just remember that any allowance used in this tax year will remain used, and you won't get it back if you later pay into your ISA. Then if you have money in both ISA and general investing accounts with Nutmeg, they're going to withdraw from the general investing portion first so that it doesn't affect your ISA allowance. And if you're withdrawing from a lifetime ISA and it's not for a first home or retirement in accordance with the HMRC rules, there will be a withdrawal charge of 25%. Meaning that you will get back less than you've actually put in. Then finally, if you want to update the bank details in your account, you will need to send them a Nutmail with the new bank account details, including the bank name, sort code and account number, which you can do from the menu bar to the left of the screen. That completes our beginner's guide of Nutmeg. And I hope you enjoyed this video today. And if you did, then please give us a like, hit the subscribe button, and please do head over to our website at everybithelps.io for more tips, reviews, and step-by-step guides. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.